I'm going to take a sip of coffee first. Oh, that is tasty. Tasty coffee. Hello. Welcome to another Liam Mackenzie music stream. I have a gear update. As you can see, the camera is not pointed at my guitar this time. This time it's pointed towards the Boss ME-90. I picked this up on Tuesday. I haven't been able to spend too much time with it. The reason why I got this, I started playing with a Journey cover band. I needed to have some kind of control over the sounds of my guitar and what I needed for the parts. Also, what happened this week, I had an audition with a play. This is an upgrade from what I'm used to. So normally what I have is a Boss ME-25. The ME-25 used to be my grandfather's, and I remember him showing me this pedal board when he first got it, and it was so cool. But this was 10 years ago. I was blown away with the sound that was coming out of this board. It was amazing. You know, as time goes on, equipment gets better and better. This is a major upgrade from the ME-25. I mean, it does the job. I guess the long story short is that the ME-25 was no longer providing what I needed for performing. So I needed an upgrade. And I spent 2 months researching pedal boards. I got to the point of asking myself, what do I need from a processor? I bought this guy. The main appeal for me with this was that there's no big LED screen. I was deciding between this pedal board and the Helix pedal board. In my heart, it should be that you're using your ears instead of looking at the screen to get the result that you want. And I thought, yeah, you know what? I'll save $1,000 on this purchase. Just go with this one because it feels right to rely on my ears. That being said, I'll get back to talking about the board. Not only is this a very dense pedal board, it has a computer program where you can edit your tones on the computer. It's incredible to have this feature with such an inexpensive pedal board. So for this audition, I put everything in U9. It was an audition. I didn't know if I was going to get the part or not. So I wanted all the presets to be super far away from what noise I had already made. But let's fly through the sounds. So this tone was supposed to be phasey, psychedelic. So it's referring to the Leslie organ. And I don't have a rotary. Oh, I lied. There is a rotary option. All right, now to get that Leslie sound. Oh, that's cool. I just had an idea. I wonder if I'm able to increase the modulation rate with the volume pedal. Oh, it does. Okay, that is really cool. I really like that. Yeah, that's awesome. So I've slowly fallen in love with this pedal board because of just how incredible the tone is. The next sound, number 3. Oh, it sounds so nice with this board. So I'm not really sure how this works, but there's a light on this pedal, which means it should be on. You could probably see it here. This section is on. If I push this button again, now this section's on. I still have some things to learn about this board, but it just shows that it's not as basic as a bunch of knobs. There's a lot more to the complexity of the routing and the commands that can be put in this. This was the high compressed strat sound that I was trying to get. So number 2, I think these two are going to be the rock tones. Nope. I think I saved the high compressed strat sound on 2 channels. Big brain. This one. So I think I've gone over everything. By the way, I did get the part for the audition, and it didn't have anything to do with the pedal board. I have other presets to go through. Let's go through U1. Now, if my memory is right, this is 4 different clean clean presets that I have for the Journey band. I think it's right, but we'll bounce through them and see if I'm right. Oh, that delay. That was pretty. One thing that I do love is that not only am I able to choose between these four different presets per bank, I can also turn things on and off. This is something that I didn't have with the ME-25, the previous pedal board that I used to have. This one, it's awesome. You can turn things on and off super duper quick. We're now on the third clean-ish preset. That's very not clean. One of the jams with the Journey band, it just seemed like too much of a jig to be dancing around like that. I did in fact put 2 clean sounds, super clean and completely empty of effects, and then it's mildly distorted rhythm track, and a lead track, I think. I think it sounds pretty nice as a rhythm preset. I wonder how it would sound with a little compression. I should probably demonstrate Journey riffs as I'm talking about this Journey band that I'm in. Oh, got a team of strings. Now I just have to worry about how these sound through my amplifier. Which, by the way, my second speaker is coming in a week, in 2 weeks. And I'm going to try and find a way to do a live stream where I'm installing the speakers, and I am not good at soldering, and I'm going to have to solder. If you haven't seen pictures of the cabinet, I have a custom flamed maple 2x12 cabinet. It looks gorgeous. I spent a couple of days researching which speaker combinations would be good for rock and metal, and I found a combination that I thought would sound really, really good. They're just not both here at the same time. But yeah, once it gets in, I'm going to post about it, I'm going to stream, and I'm going to scream at the same time. Go on to the lead track now. So I was about to say that they are identical, the rhythm track and the lead track, but they're not. Tonally, they're similar, but the lead track, I think I made it a little too loud. Oh, I see. You can see it right there. This parameter right there. Watch it. 72. 73. Uh-oh. Boop. Oh, 72. 72. Wow. Holy shit, there's so much different with this. Tonality-wise. Oh, one of those strings was badly out of tune. A really long delay. Let's put it in the software. That's easier to see sometimes. Really long delay. So I'm thinking 600, 620. I personally, if I'm doing a lead track, I like the feedback being a little louder. Because then it kind of gives you a little bit of a call and response with the lead track. You can hear the initial lead track, and then right after it, you hear the trail of what you just played. I mean, it's not perfect yet, but I like it. For the reverb, what is going on here? A room. I mean, it might be good if I crank it. Am I crazy for liking this? Let's turn it down a little bit. And then put this big fat delay in there. So let's say I like it. I'm just going to riff around with the rhythm track, and I'm going to switch back and then just kind of see what happens. I like that. Let's not do that. Let's check out what's hiding around in preset number 9. These are factory presets now. I'm gonna look at this one and just keep scrolling down. Sounds like a rock lead. Metal amp. Sounds like a metal amp. I think there's a little too bass in it. I guess that could be EQ'd out with a very fine EQ, but I'm not a huge fan of sub guitar frequencies. Fuzz echo. What the fuzz is this? Pretty cool, actually. I like that. Space clean. Does sound spacey. We're in the second bank. Overtone distortion. Do you hear the overtones? Sounds like there's a guitar playing an octave higher. That sounds really cool with a whole bunch of delay. I gotta find the BPM in my mind and I gotta tap it out on this pedal. So if you hold the delay pedal, then you're able to set the tempo for the delay. There we go. Now I'm gonna turn this up to 100. That was cool. Halfway through that, my mind was like, this sounds like a weird ringtone. Blues lead. Sounds like a blues lead. That one actually, I really enjoy it. DS drive? What the heck? Sounds pretty good. Not much to say about it. Metal riff. To me, this sounds like a 90s kind of 60s fuzz. I mean, it sounds pretty close to like a 60s fuzzy sound. Rectus stack. Oh. Another thing that's really cool about this board, in the software, there's this selectable option. And what I've heard is that you can insert an impulse response, which is basically the sound of an amp, into the board. I have yet to try it because I don't have any impulse responses yet. Pretty spiffy. Let's keep going through the list. 70s hard rock. It sounds pretty good. I mean, it sounds really quiet. I don't know why it sounds so quiet. Let's crank it, see how it sounds then. I like it. British stack is guessing that's supposed to be an AC 130. It sounds pretty beefy. 80s metal. Last one, 90s alternative. Sweet. The Librarian, from what I can tell that this is, every so often Boss will release more presets that they make, and you can go through and figure them out. I've gone through these and I thought that they were mid at best, but that's because it's easier said than done trying to tone replicate, but I don't think that these sound good. I'll just pick one and show you. If I tried some Pantera on 7-string. Kind of sounds like Nickelback. D fretter. Kind of sounds like a sitar. Fancy stuff. I'm excited to play with this thing a lot more. This has been my playthrough with the Boss ME-90. If you're not sold on getting it after watching this, don't know what to tell you. I'm blown away by the potential that this board contains. I love that everything is kind of just out there for you to see. Awesome. So I think that's enough yammering that I've been doing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.